The following game has no ESRB rating posted on their Steam page, nor is there a listing as to what restrictive content may be seen in the game. However, if you look at one of their cinematics on their Steam page, you see the logo for the ESRB, and it appears to have a E10 plus rating from the ESRB. That means that the content in the game is only appropriate for anyone aged 10 and up. So therefore, if you are under the age of 10, you should not be watching this video. You have been warned. Greetings and salutations. I am Outlier, and I bid you welcome to this channel. Joining me today is, of course, my usual co-hosts, Snowball and Wolf. And today we are returning back to Slime Rancher. So the premise of Slime Rancher is, well, it's advertised. You basically collect these various blobs of... Actually, I don't know if they're sentient, but basically various self-contained blobs of goo. You feed them their favorite foods, or just whatever they generally eat. They poop out things known as plorts. You collect the plorts, sell them to your corporate overlords for profit. Yes, all this just to be a poop farmer. Funny how things work out. But there's a wide variety of slimes, and each type of plort that each slime creates has its own supply and demand, sort of. Well, it's not really supply and demand in the truest economic sense. It does have a supply and demand-esque factor to the plort prices, in the fact that the more you sell, the greater the price will drop afterwards, and the longer you wait until the between selling groups, the more the price will increase as basically demand eats up the full supply. Basic economics. I bet you didn't expect that in a video game. What about gameplay? It's kind of the point. But that's all a moot point, and we'll see how everything works in the actual game. This game is, of course, made by... Thank you again. And that being said, let us begin. Okay, so this is the ranch. It is on an alien world known as the Far Far Range, because the makers of this game couldn't think of an even stranger name for a planet. But we are taking the role of Beatrix LeBeau. And this is us right here. This is Beatrix. And we left our... I don't want to say cushy job on Earth, but we left our home on Earth to travel all the way here to, well, ranch slimes. We have Starmare, which is the game's equivalent of email, and it's from our old friend Casey. So New Year's Eve from Casey. Hi B, she calls us B. Do you remember New Year's Eve when we went looking for that party? While we were wandering around the city lost, I got my bearings. I didn't tell you because I knew we were close to that coffee shop run by the tyrant. And since it was starting to rain, I thought it would be really romantic to stumble across the place again. I guess I finally found the courage. But the coffee shop went out of business, and it was a taco place now. So we ate tacos in the rain. It was just the best thing. We were on the roof of your old apartment hoping to see the fireworks. I was going to tell you something then, but that's when you told me about Africa. It sounded like an amazing trip. I was really happy you were doing what you love to do. Casey. I'm not entirely certain the relationship between Beatrix and Casey. I know they were close friends, and as far as I know, that's as far as it goes. But let's sleep until morning. Apparently, we slept an entire day away. Sometimes you just gotta have that happen. So anyway, this is what's known as the plort market, and every different plort that there is in existence in this game has its own price point. And the highlighted plorts are the ones I have access to. So while I have access to standard and rock and phosphor and tabby and radioactive and honey and boom and I think that's water and crystal and phasing and hunter and whatever this one is, and occasionally gold ones. I don't have access to these 4. That is honey, right? Alright, well, anyway. My collection of little ornaments, I put them there because I have nowhere else to put them. These are the silos where I store a whole bunch of plorts, as well as spare food. And I would say these are the slimes, but no, these are my chickens. These are the basic things. Feed you an auto. Then, if we head this way, we expanded the ranch some time ago. These are even more slimes. So these are what's known as largos, which is a combination of 2 different slimes. Basically, you take a slime, you take a plort that's from a different slime from it, you feed the plort to the slime, and they become a largo. Well, you can feed the largo a different plort from what it originally was in the first plort that you fed it. Then it becomes a tar, and then it tries to kill and eat you, as well as everything else in the immediate vicinity. I don't recommend doing that. But I find ranching 5... So there are 5 in here. 5 largos to be easier than an entire pen full of just random slimes. Not random slimes, but large pile of singleton slimes. It's just simply because I can use a pen to get 2 different types of plorts. So, while I have rock and tabby here, as well as hunter honey largos, now if I were to just simply have the slimes here, I would need 4 pens instead of 2. And with the excess room, I can grow their favorite foods. I should point out, I haven't actually played this game since last episode, so, I mean, as far as I know, time doesn't actually pass in between, well, playthroughs, so, you know, I could basically not play this for a year, and it'll still be where I left off. So just grab the low-hanging fruit. Add that to the pile. So I can technically expand the ranch further. I can go further into here and get the access to the docks, which requires, I thought that said 55,000 coin, of which I have 1,065. Also, another benefit of the largos compared to just generic slimes is the fact that not all slimes eat everything. Most slimes have a specific diet. So, like for instance, look at the Slimepedia, or Slimepedia. The rock slime eats veggies, whereas the tabby slime eats meat. But if you look at the rock tabby largos, they eat both vegetables and meat. So while the rock slime's favorite food are these heartbeats, and they're easy to grow. The tabby slime's favorite food is stone hens, I believe. Yeah, stony hens, which are harder to come by. So by keeping them as largos, I'm able to basically not only use half the space for just standard food, but also I only need to keep half as many foods intact on the premise to feed the same number of largos. Well, the benefit to feeding the slime their favorite food is that rather than just producing one plort, they produce two. So if I were to feed, say, the rock tabbies back there something other than a heartbeat or a stony hen, I'd only get one plort apiece every time they eat something. Whereas if I feed it, well, if I feed them a stony hen or a heartbeat, I would actually get two per feeding. And by contrast, I think I've been feeding these guys both. The pink slimes will eat anything, so they don't actually have a favorite food, but you don't need to keep track of what kind of food you need to feed them. Blueberries. Heart. Wrong button. Heartbeats. Pogo fruit. And onions. Where am I keeping the carrots? That's something else entirely. Yeah, I guess I have been feeding the carrots to put the mint mangoes in here. I guess I have been feeding the carrots to the pink slimes. Would explain why the feeding trough was out. I actually have 4 times the number of pink slimes as I do anybody else. Since I think there's 20 in here. And yes, I do keep some chickens just in case I need to feed them chickens. So far I found only 3 briar hens, stony hens, and just regular hen hens. Gonna grab a pogo fruit. We have more pogo fruit than carrots. Take out the carrots. And put it in the pogo fruit. So I think I have over 200 pogo fruit actually in storage. So I don't really need to worry about running out. Then I'll dump the carrots in a spare bin in the silo. Alright, and the only other place that I've unlocked so far is the grotto. It is called the grotto, right? Yeah, the grotto. Also, the first area that you saw outside of the edge of the farm was the overgrowth. That's where the rock tabby and hunter honey slimes live. But in the grotto, there lives the slimes that nature doesn't want to look at. Yes, I know that's insensitive. I should probably have created that. To be fair, it's the phosphorus slimes which die in direct sunlight. And I paired them with the crystal slimes which hide in caves. And the only other slime in here are the probably the most dangerous combination known to man, but I decided to make it anyway, are the boom rad slimes, which not only can kill you with radiation sickness, they also go boom, hence the name. Berries, some of them have actually rotted. That's what the pink mesquite stuff is about. I also have an incinerator in here if and when I actually get around to getting flame slimes, if I can find them. Also, I had a spare plot and didn't quite know what to do with it, so I figured to build the incinerator here, and any sort of junk or anything that I don't really want, I just can simply toss in there and it burns. Okay, how many ports do they have? Yeah, 30 apiece. I can let it sit. Now, in addition to areas that I've unlocked and the docks, there's also the lab, or slime lab as I thought it was called, and I need 10,000 to unlock it, but allows me to unlock and research and build extra gadgets and other things that I can use in game. There's also the upgrade station, which allows me to upgrade my various equipment and other sorts of fun little things. So as far as I know, the tank doesn't get any bigger. There's also the what is this? Oh, that's just a physical variant of the Slimepedia. There's also the 7Z Rewards Club. 7Z is the corporate overlords that we work for, and there's a whole bunch of rewards that we basically pay them money that they give us in exchange for plorts, and they give us extra little knickknacks and things. This is the plort silo. Where was I storing cube berries? There we are. Alright, so prices for a lot of the plorts are actually up, so I'm tempted just to sell a whole bunch, just so that way I have money to unlock a few things. So, I mean, the sellers are large. Alright, so I've sold 50 plorts of each kind that I actually have currently on the ranch, and I made 17,000 and change, so I should be able to unlock both the docks and the slime lab. I should point out that I do actually like making certain that all the, at least the paired plorts are even, so I somehow lost a honey plort somewhere around in here. Or I just miscounted. See, all the plorts from Largos should now be even. I should point out, as I said, the plort market changes daily, and I believe it changes at midnight, and yes, we spent technically an entire day, well, we'll pass this for a day in-game, just sitting around on the ranch. I wouldn't say sitting around because we're taking care of things as the slimes are trying to escape again. Okay then. Well, now I'm going to wait until the plort market actually changes so you can see how things change. Also, that's the honey plort, so I don't quite know what that one is. But it says I have access to it, which means I probably saw the slime. You know what? That's probably the wild plort. Or the savage plort from the slime saber plort. That's what its actual name is, from the wilds, which is this area we gained access to a couple episodes ago, if memory serves, and it's not an area for the faint of heart or weak of stomach. Because I think it changes at midnight. I could be mistaken about that. Nope, it changes at midnight. Yeah, so while the honeys were at 52, I believe, they're now going to be selling for 30. And that's the only price I remember off the top of my head, although the hunters were at 70, now they're at 43. So if I were to have unloaded every plort that I had over the course of, well, one selling point, I would have made more money yesterday than I did today. But I made enough for what I want, so let's start unlocking it. We got 2 things. They step on a chicken. So the first thing I want to unlock is the docks, which is this area down here. No, you don't actually get access to a ship, so it's kind of sort-of-ish a moot point. But the old rancher, I mean, you do actually have a dock here. I don't recommend going swimming in this. This is the slime sea. It's the place where all slimes come from, and from what I recall, where they go, where they all return. It's just not people friendly, so no diving. Alright, so a view of the sea really reminds you of our greater purpose, Beatrix. The sea was the first great unknown, and then space, then whatever is beyond all that. That need to see what's around the next corners in my bones, and since you're out here, I reckon it's in yours too. Though I suppose you could also be out here because you like the fresh air, or prefer the untamed beauty of this land. Maybe it's because you're looking to leave something far behind you. Sure is the way to do it. Doesn't get much further than this. H. So H is the former ranch owner that used to own this place before you took it over. And I constantly forget his name. It's in one of the first messages out in the dry reef, which is the area just outside the ranch. And I may look at it later. So when you unlock the docks, you get 4 extra plots, which you can use for a variety of things. But my favorite part about the docks is this. It's the pond. So it's a naturally flowing pond, and you can actually keep puddle slimes in here without the need to worry about constantly refilling the pool. Because puddle slimes die without fresh water. So I can put another incinerator in down here, more silos, or a pond, or even more ponds. Although unlike this pond, I would have to manually refill these. Wrong button again. So if I look at the puddle slime, Yeah, so the puddle slime just simply eats water. Basically, it sits in a pool of water, and it naturally produces plorts. There are rare species of slime that live in fresh pools of water found on the range. Slimes don't eat fruit, veggies, meats, or meat like most of their slimes. Instead, the puddle slimes absorb water into their bodies while they sit on the surface of the pool. Puddle slimes need fresh water to survive and will quickly evaporate if left out on any other surface for too long. Puddle slimes aren't risky to manage, they require a fair bit of maintenance. Rancher needs a good pool of fresh water, like a pond, available for a puddle slime and its ports to sit in, as they will evaporate if away from water. Finally, puddle slimes are exceptionally shy and will not produce ports if they are in close proximity to more than 3 other slimes. So I'm guessing you can only keep about 4 puddle slimes per pond, which is part of the reason why I want to make extra ponds. But not right now, because there technically is no need to do so. Plus, I only have 13,986 coin left, and I want to unlock the lab. Alright, so Slime Science. You've unlocked the lab, the special ranch expansion that allows you to create gadgets using Slime Science. Head over to the barn and get started. So in addition to everything that just said, I also get 4 extra plots, much like McDonald's. But time to get crafty. This barn has all the equipment you'll need to begin crafting gadgets using Slime Science. Gadgets include useful utilities, aid in exploring, defensive turrets, decorations, and more. So this is the Builder's Workshop. I would assume it allows me to basically make things. So I have a novice pump, a novice aviary. So the novice pump allows me to siphon underground resources, lasts 1 cycle. Novice apiary allows me to collect resources from wild bees, lasts 1 cycle. Various teleporters, so I can set 2 teleporters down and basically create my own fast travel points. Then I can same with the warp depot. I can remotely transfer resources between 2 points. Drone, a helper bot that can be programmed to buzz around your ranch and perform a variety of tasks. Med station, which rapidly drains your energy to restore health. Hydro turret, which is a defensive cannon that automatically targets tar and blasts them with water. And then fun little things like a slime ball hoop, which allows me to basically play a round of slime ball where I shoot a single slime through a hoop and it counts it out within a time frame. There's also a slime stage, which allows you to basically put a slime on display. Then I have a pink slime lamp, which is a decorative lamp housing a happy slime, and a Novin's Gordo snare. So I mentioned that Largos are essentially large slimes. There is a slime larger than that known as a Gordo, which is this massive pile of slime that doesn't really do anything other than sit there, and you basically feed it and then it explodes for extra stuff. So this is a special snare that captures a Gordo slime, bait it with food and weight. Apparently I have the novice drawer already sold out or unlocked, but it allows me to get extra resources. So, and I'm assuming the resources are, well actually, H has something. So, I built this lab after meeting a slime scientist and learning about the wonders of plort technology. I figured it would be fun to tinker with on rainy days. I only nearly blew myself up 3 times, which is pretty good given my tendency for that sort of thing in my other hobbies. I really don't want to know what his other hobbies are. But it soon became a reminder that I have a thirst for adventure, and being cooped up in a barn all day wasn't ever going to satisfy that thirst. Soon I began to set my sights for horizons beyond this ranch, and once I got to thinking on it, further still. H. Alright, so this is the refinery. So in order to fabricate gadgets, you'll need resources in your refinery. Try shooting a port into the refinery, but remember, any resources deposited into the refinery cannot be removed. Okay, so this is, I guess, all the resources and ports that I have access to. Yeah, so it's a saber port. So, much like collecting all the ports for selling, I can actually use them here in this refinery. So I guess this is the resource dumping pit, and then this is the fabrication gadget, where I can use said plorts to basically build things. Which, the things that I can build are probably, you know what, let's actually follow the tutorial, let's grab some plorts, and feed them to the refinery. Okay, now what? So I have 50 pink plorts in the refinery. Alright, to the builder's shop. The builder's shop allows you to purchase blueprints. A blueprint is required to build any gadget. Be sure to check the builder's shop often for new blueprints. That's what these are. So these are the blueprints. You know what? Let's get the novice pump and the apiary. And the fabricator, once you have a blueprint, the fabricator allows you to craft gadgets using resources stored in the refinery. Give it a try. So I can build right now the novice drill, the pump, or the apiary. All of which require 10 plorts, and then either for the drill I need 6 rock plorts and 3 rad plorts. And then for the novice pump I need 6 tabby and 3 boom. And for the apiary I need 6 phosphor and 3 honey. And in gadget mode, in order to place gadgets, you need to enter gadget mode. Press T to toggle gadgets. I'm assuming that's what this is. I don't really have any gadgets right now, so I can't really put anything. So build sites in gadget mode, you cannot vac or shoot, but you can see all building sites in the world you can place your gadgets on. Have a look around. So I guess if I look here and then press E to activate, I would be able to install various gadgets, which I don't actually have. Like I said, once you found a build site, approach it to open the place gadget menu, and then simply place a gadget, select the gadget you wish to place. You really gotta learn to read what's there. Alright, so I should now have 50 pink, 50 bloom, 50 rad, 50 rock, 50 of each of the pink, rock, tabby, rad, and boom plorts. So I should be able to make a few things. Technically 5 things at least, so, because that's the number of pink plorts I have. So let's build a novice drill and a novice pump, because I don't have phosphor honey plorts in there. So, you know, let's build 2 apiece. Got an achievement. Onward to science. So, enter build mode and press E. So this gadget is installed permanently until demolished. So I can put a drill here. And it starts working. I put the apiary here. Science class passed. I covered the basics of slime science. To learn more, check out the new slime science section in your Slimepedia. It's loaded with handy info. So I'm guessing that's the amount of time I have left until it finishes. So I'm assuming one cycle is about 12 minutes. So we'll leave them to go do that, and you know, let's go looking for some slimes. So if I look at the map, I got through to the ruins over here last time, which is where the quantum slimes live. So I'm not certain I can keep quantum slimes in a pen. I believe they actually have the ability to phase in and out of existence. But for right now, let's build a garden there, because even if I can't actually keep the slimes in relative safety, and by safety I mean they don't end up getting into somebody else's pen, eating something, becoming a tar, and then killing off all the slimes in there, and then exploding itself, especially when I'm not nearby, so I have absolutely no idea what's going on. You can at least have their favorite food, which is the quantum lemon, I believe it is. But in order to get said lemons, I need to hit it with another kind of fruit. Hence why I'm filling one of my backpack bins with pogo fruit. There's now a big question is how exactly do I get there? Right, so I technically could either get in through the quarry or the overgrowth. Not the overgrowth. Forested area, but I don't have the door to the quarry unlocked, so moss blanket, I believe. Yeah, the moss blanket, I believe it's called. You think after playing for this long I'd remember the names of everywhere? Also, the prior owner of the farm's name is Hobson Terwillikers. So his name's Hobson. This is the dry reef. I can go basically exploring it. I've done that in the past. I know where pretty much most things are. Most things that I want are, although I still end up getting lost relatively easily. I believe this is the way to the moss blanket. Usually I take the teleporter, but I wanted to look at that first notice so I could remember that Hobson's first name is actually Hobson, as opposed to H or whatever else I call him. Yes, ever since that one episode where I thought he had two different names and I was wrong on both of them. Ever since then, I just call him H until I can remember that it's Hobson. Anyway, slide down the moss blanket. In addition, get our first puddle slimes, as well as their points. Of course, now I'm stuck in a pond, and now I'm out of pond. So I don't really need the puddle ports, I just want the puddle slimes. So if it comes to the case where I get the lemons that I want, or lemon as in singular, I can just simply ditch the other pogo fruit that I have, or get rid of the puddle ports if I need more space for something else. Alright, forgot that there's this whole puzzle element with this. Alright, so this is the fruit that I'm talking about. From what I've read correctly, phase lemons are called. I basically have to hit it with a different kind of fruit. So plucked from a tree root in the past, future, or they don't know. But it allows me to get the fruit that is the favorite food of the quantum slimes, which are these guys. You really only need one phase lemon. I get a new upgrade, the treasure cracker, which allows me to bypass locks and basic treasure pods, which essentially net me extra things. So you know what, let's actually get rid of... not get rid of all this pogo fruit. Shoot the pogo fruit into this thing so that way I get more phase lemons. Never know when they can be useful. I'll get rid of the puddle ports. No, I don't need the rock slime. Phase slime. Quantum slime. I actually grab 2. Just for fun. And that's a tar. Okay. Tars, actually. Plural. However, you get them wet and they explode into confetti. Since I think that's confetti. Anyway. Yeah, I read all of the, these messages first time explorer, which I think was actually the last episode. And I fell down the wrong hole, didn't I? Not that matters, I have a jetpack and get across. So I'll grab 5 quantum slimes. Then I'll make a pen just for them out in the lab, and hopefully they won't wander off and get into someone else's pen. I believe it said that the puddle slimes are fine unless it's just themselves and 3 others. So I'm assuming I can keep 4 puddles per pond. Yeah, I want to go this way, I believe. Slime sea. Oh goody. A quantum tabby. Oh, what's this? A boom gordo. Interesting. And its back is to me. I can actually feed it from behind. Gonna have to remember that he's there. Because I'm fairly certain there's a spare key somewhere in here. Just when there was another slime door I needed to unlock. More pogo fruit if I needed a refill. Bunch of stony hens. Stop the pogo fruit. I want to check something. When I have 8 phase lemons, I only really need 1 to grow it in the farm. Which I don't know if I need to hit it with another kind of fruit to harvest it from the farm, or I can just naturally collect them. To be fair, last time I played this, not making videos of it, I didn't actually get this far. Partially because they were still building the game and I never bothered to get this far. I stopped playing before they actually added this area. And no, you actually have to be facing the other direction to feed him food. So, to find out how to get past him or into the area where he's at. What's this? On the plus side, got to the area where he's at. Alright, and if I can remember to hit the right button, Boomsly's favorite food is actually the briar hen. So, much like Florets, if I feed a Gordo its favorite food, it grows twice as quickly, and once it gets large enough, it once again explodes. Not quite certain what that did other than close this door, but then again, it hits every door in the area, so... Why are you going like that? Anyway. Trying to see if I can get up here and work my way around to there. No, I think I hit the invisible ceiling here, so I'll go on that way. Alright, so the tar music is starting to play. But other than that Gordo, I'm not quite seeing exactly where I need to go to proceed. I mean, I'm right now just backtracking, looping back the way I came. Last time here, I think I found the entrance 4 times before realizing I kept heading backwards. Yeah, it's the pool where I grabbed 2 of the puddle slimes. I think what I want is this way. I know there's another area past the rooms. I've seen other people who played this game get to it. But I've never gotten to it myself, so I don't actually remember how. Let's head this way. So this goes to explaining how the switches work and how they swap doors around. I suddenly think there was a tar behind me. Oh, that's actually quite a large amount of tar. Let's head this way. Top off on water while I'm here. Something tells me I may need it. I feel like something should be going here. And something actually does. It's just a gadget spot. go this way. This way. What I'm trying to do is get to this area. It looks like I can probably hop across some things, get to here, and this should get me access to this area. I feel like the jetpack. Yeah, this is what I'm looking for. Not be running, as the both running and the jetpack use up the same power supply, energy, battery, whatever you want to call it. So the more I run, the less jetpacking capabilities I have. Alright, so that actually closes that. So what's this way? Little green room. Alright, so I'm assuming that key switches between these two doors. Yeah, and here's a slime door, so I need a slime key to open this thing. I'm assuming whatever's past here gets me access to this area, which is this large teleporter, which warps me to the new area that I told you about. But because I don't have a slime key, I can't actually unlock the door, and I'm assuming... Well, you get the slime keys from certain Gordos. You basically blow them up, and there's a key. And the only Gordo I've seen in this area is the that boom Gordo from earlier. Oh, look, a teleporter. So that warps me back to... Is it raining hot onions now? I swear, that literally exploded. Okay, so we'll put the green echo right there until I figure out what exactly I'm using the echoes for. Meantime, okay, so those are ready. But if we build a corral, get the high walls upgrade, get the airnet upgrade, and can't really afford anything else, but I just want to check to see if I can actually, the quantum slimes actually leave. And yes, they do. One of them's already out. Or not. You know, I'm seeing 5 there, but... Okay, so it might be a case that they're trying to get out, and that's their teleportation capability, but the hen is preventing them from warping. Which I'm fine with. I think this way leads into the grotto. Yeah, so this was that closed off area that I saw earlier. But I'll keep an eye on them, see if they actually manage to escape somehow. Meantime, you go there. Start growing some phasing lemons. And I'll dump the remaining 7 in here. Reports. Yeah, see, since it's their favorite food, they're actually pooping out 2 quarts apiece. Just grabbing some quartz. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we'll just leave them up here for a while. Alright, so that gets me some stuff. Basically 6 jellystone and a diamond shard. So jellystone is both solid and squishy at the same time. It didn't read what the strange diamond was. But the primordial oil is the stuff is prehistoric. We look at... That's the strange diamond is a rare resource attained with a drill. Even in the dark, this diamond seems shone with light, but the strange diamond is highly valued. Being almost impossible to enter and encompass the strange felt light itself around on the ranch. The strange diamond labs refinery, we can use it for fabricating slime sciences. And what are these echoes? Within the crumbling walls of the ancient ruins, small traces of energy can be found, never staying in one place for long. Called echoes, they are believed to be a phenomenon resulting from some kind of ancient event. Since they were harmless, echoes are often collected by ranchers as good luck charms or used as decorations. Echoes appear regularly in the nooks and crannies of the ancient ruins, as well as from extractors. Echoes can be used as decorations, simply vac them up and shoot them wherever you want. To hover in that spot until you vac them up again. Okay, that's really gonna bug me. Since I don't think I can actually sell them, or not do anything else with them, I'm just going to toss the stuff that was in the apiary and the drill to here. Of course, it looks like they're also only single-use items, although I did build 2 apiece originally. I guess I need the pump as well to get I would assume a 3rd kind of stuff. Meantime, let's park the quantum ports in here. Also put the puddle slimes down somewhere. And then deal with this massive pile of food that literally exploded and rained down from the sky. Because I've been neglecting ranch maintenance for 2 days. God knows how many mint mangoes I got sitting there. Alright, so let's see if it's actually 4 or 3 that, that's the bare minimum of. Oh, I'll find out when when I come back and if they have ports or not. If they don't have ports, that means there's too many. If they do have ports, that means 4 is the maximum. I don't know if when it said 3 and more, it's, you know, it and 2 others makes the 3, or it's itself and 3 others. Actually getting kind of full. Should probably empty out the fort others. Yeah, the mangoes were there for so long, some of them actually rotted on the ground. Same with the heartbeats. Slime's just singing just now. Where did I store? Alright, now that I took care of the food, let's empty out the plort bin so that way, or at least take a full backpack bin full of plorts back to the silos. Alright, got you can't put them back. At least not directly. What I can do is, how many do I have out? 2? Shoot them back into the pen. Then activate the plort collector. And it just recollects them. Alright, now that I have 4 bins full of plorts, one thought I had is rather than just dumping them off in the silos, what I could do is put them in the refinery. That way I have them as resources to build other things with. so once the tree drops the fruit, I can just pick it up normally. So what was that sound? But I think it's just the, these things. Still working. Okay. That's the heartbeats, not the plorts. Again, that's the feeding trough, not the plort collector. And these guys almost managed to fill it. Yes, I know I can walk around the fence, but I feel like jumping over it. Why are you still hungry? There's food over here. Fine, eat that. And now you're ready. Also produces a slime fossil. If history could smile, it would look like this. Some more primordial oil. And whatever this is. Spiral steam. If you search for it, you'll find something wonderful. If you say so. Alright, so the price for the quantum plorts is 102 apiece. So if we sell these, make around 2,400? Not around 2,400, exactly 2,400. Which should allow me enough cash to finish setting up the quantum slime pen. So add in the music box, the solar shield, just because, the port collector, and the auto feeder. So now, rather than just dumping phase lemons into the pen directly, I can just simply dump it in the food trough. I also use the port collector, so that way I don't have to keep vacuuming up the slimes. Of course, now the problem becomes, can I get enough phase lemons to adequately feed the slimes? Also, what am I going to pair it with so that way it's Largo? And can the pen actually keep quantum Largos inside of it? Because while it looks like the standard slimes are staying in, I don't know if I turn them into Largos if they're going to be big enough to actually break back out. But I need to explode a boom Largo, and they only eat meat, so gonna need all the hens. Drop off a mating pair. So we're getting more hens. Chickens and stony hens and all that fun stuff. Which is why I'm not feeding them the roostros. Because roostros are actually harder to come by compared to briar, stony, and the other kinds of hens. But to completely clean out the pen, I need to suck up the roostros as well. Alright, so we'll see if 16 hen hens, 15 stony hens, and 12 briar hens are enough to, well, blow up a boom largo. Boom gordo, not largo. So which one is their favorite one? Briar hens. Okay. Before I leave to do that, let's check on the puddle slimes. And yeah, they have quartz. So it looks like it is itself and 3 others, so 4 puddles per pond is what I get. So if I want more than 4 puddle slimes, I'm going to need to build more ponds. However, I should point out, I do have 4 plots right there. I can just build ponds there. Yes, I can technically build ponds elsewhere, but unlike the natural pond, I would need to constantly fill them with water. So, since the water is just suppose, for fun, and because the water is right there at the docks naturally occurring, it's logically sound just to simply fill the keep the artificial ponds there. That way I don't have to walk as far to refill them. So if I go this way, I think it's a shortcut to the mossy blanket. I basically take this loop around as opposed to this loop. Probably not really a shortcut per se, but basically 6 to 1, half dozen to 1 another. So what's that red light? But that's just a blur. Oh look, a rooster. Take you along. In fact, I should probably be grabbing as many spare chickens as I can find. So I do have the space. I don't have the space for the chicks, though. But any fully grown chicken, why do I think there's chickens stuck in the wall? It was a chick, wasn't it? But any extra chickens that I find will just give me more ammo to explode the Gordo with. Huh. And I actually need a slime key to get past here. Which I don't actually have. So, no slime key for me. So, I took the wrong turn. Made a wrong turn. Still. I know I got past through one of these. Now the extra chickens were probably worth it. And chickens also naturally occur in the moss blanket. So if it all fails, I can always just grab these for extra, well, for lack of a better term, ammo. Not just hen hens too. I think I just picked up a briar hen. Pretty roosters don't spawn in here, or at least I don't think they do. Roosters are also the rarest of all the chickens. For some reason, chicken genetics in the far, far range aren't equal in terms of genders. Also, chickens can grow old, so if I'm not careful, I'll eventually have elder roosters and elder hen hens and the like. I'm not paying attention. Not seeing any new chicks, so I'm not certain if they've grown more or not. Well, spawn, you know what I mean. Okay, now I do need to be careful when heading this way at night, because there are a bunch of angry largos that appear, and they don't appear during the day because the phosphor pink largos, yeah, they're hungry and they get really angry. Largos get really angry when they're hungry and they try to take a bite out of you. But because they're phosphor based, well, since they're phosphor pink based, they can't survive in direct sunlight, so that's why that area is safe during the day. But it's currently no longer the day, so it's therefore not safe anymore. Anyway, back down I go. Actually, am I even heading in the right direction? And that was some leavings of a tar. Oh look, the briar. See, that's an elder rooster right there. So if I don't get a steady supply of more roostros, or they start spawning more roostros in the actual chicken pens. Of course, it's not spawning more chickens, so I have to question what's the point of having roostros in cages. In fact, the only reason why I'm keeping the roostros is so that way they mate with the chickens and, well, the hens and the briar hens and the stony hens. Any other kind of hen I can come across to basically get me more chickens. And if they aren't making me more chickens, question why I need them. Alright, so the Gordo's up here. Actually, what that little red symbol is. Actually, have a flashlight? Did I always know that and forgot, or did I just now figure that out? I don't know. I also don't see why it matters. Come on, up we go. Alright, so what's this one? So this takes me to here. Well, what's down here? Doesn't look like much, actually. What if it's just a repository for, you know, that's the side of the door I was on. I wanted to get past it, so I need to hit this and go down. Can't go down that way. Weird. Well, I'm technically lost now. Oh, another chicken. I'm hearing more tar music. I'm definitely seeing more tars. Anybody else? Yes, no, maybe? I don't know. Did not think I could hit him from that far. Slime just bounced off my head. That's a bush, that's not the Gordo. But I do believe it was in this area. Those were chickens. There you are. Now let's feed its favorite chickens first. And then it goes boom. I gotta keep 20. Alright, and I pick up a slime key while being surrounded completely by bloom slimes. But I was gonna say I gotta keep the 20 chickens, but don't really need the hens, and since they eat meat, I might get them distracted from exploding. Toss in an extra rooster just for fun. Didn't work. Also, I get these crates, which I can shoot at a wall, and it drops a whole bunch of fruit. Mostly fruit, which I already have. Grab this crate. Some money. Since I don't really need these, I'm going to drop them off. Now, I can use the slime key for basically any slime door that I haven't unlocked yet. But the one at the other end of... So basically I can unlock, well, the slime door that's blocking this area right here. The slime door that unlocks the quarry. Or, what I really want to do is unlock the door over here, because this gets me a new area. Looks like I can only carry 2 slime keys at once. So I can get to a new area if, well, I can get back to this area if I just trek clean through the moss blanket. What I can't do is unlock the door at the end of this. If I can remember which direction I actually need to head into. I believe it's this way. I think it's actually up and around. Watch, now that I have the key, I can never find the door again. This is generally how I operate. Right, and it was through here. Now I remember. Now I remember. When I actually go this way, I believe. That's the edge. Don't want to fall down there. Oh, look, the yellow moat. Golden echo. That's a new one. This is the way that I want. Yeah. Yeah, here it is. Then you did a new switch to open up that door. Find said switch. There's one. Just need to get to it. Ah, another green echo. It's too far away to vacuum up. And I am not risking getting a dunk in the slime sea just to grab it, especially not knowing if I'm actually need it for anything. So is that another Gorda? But no, that's just a quantum rock tabby. Not quantum rock tabby. Quantum rock largo. I'll leave it as it is just in case. And here we're at the door that I couldn't find. Open it up with the slime key. Door goes down. And here we are. Big, empty, quiet chamber. Alright. The ruins used to be some kind of warp station, used by whoever created it to connect one of the most distant corners of the far, far range. Be careful, Beatrix. Once you cross over, you'll be in truly untamed country. Though beautiful, the other side can be an unforgiving place. H. Yes, I keep calling him H because I forget his name, and I'm well aware we already looked it up earlier in this episode. So, I would say I'm not quite certain what exactly I need, but it looks like I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quantum ports. Let's see if I can grab them real quick. I'm seeing plenty of quantum slimes, just no ports. Since the fruit... There's one. Remember when I said about getting turned around? That's where the warp thing is. Nope, that's a slime. I keep thinking the slimes are the ports. Flopsy's around. Back here, I wonder. Not really all that much. That's a turret. And that exploded. More Taurus, okay. I don't suppose there are any pink quantum slimes, are there? Nope, they're all pink rock. Or rock quantum. Say, I could just grab a couple chickens that are back there and just feed them those, but can't do that. So are there any quantum ports elsewhere? A whole bunch of quantum slimes, but I don't have any fruit to feed them. What was that? Weird. So, rather than just going around, scouting around, see if I can find more quantum ports, I think I'm just going to head back to the farm. I know I have a few slimes in a pen that I can just grab the ports from there. So we should be good in that regard, but let me actually just double check to be certain actually it's the quantum ones I actually need. So I'm going to go back to the teleporter, fire off the one quantum port that I have into one of them, see what happens. There we go. So that charges one of them, so I just need 4 more. Then I can move on to the next area. Yeah, 4 more. Alright, and the pen needs the ranch needs tending to. Oh look, a little briar chick. Several. So they do constantly spawn more. Okay. I'm guessing I just had too many in the pen. Hopefully I'll get more roostros as well. Oh, that was a gold echo. Say, I have yellow echoes, but not gold, so where am I going to put it? How many quantum ports do I have on the farm? Okay, so for these, I don't actually need to shoot fruit at them. You can literally yank them clean off the tray. That's good to know, especially considering they're actually out of food. But I got 6 quantum... I don't know. I got 6 quantum ports in the pen. 3. Wait, how many of there are you in here? So 2 of them did manage to get out, somehow. Now, the music's coming from the music box. So I guess the pen isn't completely foolproof. That, or they physically managed to pile on top of each other, hit the air net enough times for it to collapse, and then leaped out that way, as opposed to just simply teleporting out. Alright, but as I was saying, I have 6 quantum ports in here, so I can always grab them to turn on the teleporter. But that's going to be another issue for another day, because I'm going to call it here. Everybody stay safe from the plague, and have a good day.